Hey YouTube, how's it going? Today we're actually doing another video. This time it's on pens, as you can tell by the pens on the table. But not just any, just it's not really an overview. I actually be going through and I'll be doing some writing samples with each one to just kind of show the difference between each one, how it writes, that kind of thing. And I wrote down what each one was. But before I do anything, I do have to write one thing for the humor. I just had to write that down because that's an inside joke between a friend of mine. She asked me if I would mind saying hi to her on the video. I said absolutely no problem. If she had a channel and was into the knives and shit that we are, I would link to her channel, but she's really not into that kind of thing, so I won't link to her because I don't know if she has one or not. But this is the Pilot Varsity disposable fountain pen made by Pilot Varsity. These are actually really nice. I really like these because they just write very smoothly, which and it can write, real fine or real bold, so it is pretty nice in that sense. Then there's the Pilot G2. That's that pen right there. There's also the Pilot G2 with the extra fine refill. I have the extra fine refill in my G2 Limited here, which carried all today. I love it. I replaced it with an extra fine tip. It is the 0.5, not their extra fine, which is a 0.38, I believe it is. Those are supposed to write real fine. I just can't find them locally. So this is the one I got for you. Now my handwriting is terrible. That says Pilot G2 extra fine tip, writes smoothly and great, because I do enjoy it. It also helps the 0.35 also helps conserve ink, because there's not as much flowing out as if there was with the 0.3, the 0.7 here. As you can tell, it is a little wider. It's a little bolder, which you'll see in a minute. There we go. And this is the G2 Pro with the 0.7 refill in it, which is their fine tip, and the 0.5s are extra fine. It also writes smooth. I do enjoy it, but I prefer the 0.5 tip because it writes a little nicer. Then up next we have the cross refill, which is blue fine. Now this one I don't have my cross pen, so I will unscrew it to show you. That way anyone who says it's not a cross refill, well, you can go pound sand, because I know it is. I'm going to show you. I just want to make sure it is actually on here. Alright, it is. It is on here. It's hard to make out, but It's his cross right there. It's hard to, on camera. It's hard to tell. That's his cross. Fine. So I just have it in another a pen. God damn it. Because I needed a refill for it, so I did. Alright. Like, writing with it, it writes fine, it's just that it's a little, like, grainy as you write, almost. Like, I don't even know how to explain it, but it's not as smooth as either of these three that I already wrote with. But I'm going to pretty much use the G2. Actually, no, I'm not. Alright, up next we got just your run-of-the-mill, disposable, the Papermate Right Bros grip, which is a medium point. This pen actually writes pretty well for the price. Like, you can get a box of like 24 of these for like $3 or whatever. These are, you know, if you need a decent pen that you can loan to anyone, these are not horrible. They're actually not too bad. Next up, we're actually going on the next page for this. Come on. Now we're going through the Fisher Space Pen refills because I have a couple of those in the different pens. One thing I've noticed is that even though it's the same insert, it writes, there's small differences, like some skip a little more, some don't write as smooth. This one is the Space Pen refill in the Jotter, which I don't find writes as nicely as the one in, say, this pen here, which I do enjoy. It's again, it's the same refill that's in the other one, the Jotter, but it just writes smoother for some reason. I just find it writes smoother. And then I also have one in this pen here, which I carried this through high school. It was a fantastic little pen. It opened up to a full-size pen. It's a Zebra F301 Compact. I carried this all through high school. I really liked it because it was small and I could use it all the time. I swapped it out though recently for a Space Pen refill because I got into them and I really enjoyed them. This one actually has the smoothest out of, well, this is number 1, this is number 2, and this is number 3 as far as smoothness goes. But as far as the fine tips go, if you don't want to go with a gel ink, the Zebra refill in here, which is actually out of this pen, I Frankenstein these and I swapped the inks in them, and I had to tweak that one a little bit. But I have a Zebra refill, which has the fine tip here. It writes very nicely, it really does. It's very smooth, it's very fluid. It writes very well, it writes very fluidly. The problem I had is it ran out quick. And then just as the baseline, you know, everyone's got these little Sharpies. These Sharpie Micros with the fine tips, you know, everyone's got these. They are really nice, they are cool. I mean, they're so small, but they do have a very fine tip. So, you know, everyone's got them for precise work. You know, it writes well. It is a Sharpie, so it will bleed through paper, as you can see there. But then if you want to go up another notch, I picked this up for work. It's a stainless steel Sharpie. I saw it and I was like, you know what? I don't need a Sharpie, but I gotta get that. It wasn't that I wanted it. It was that I had to get it because it was just too cool. Because it's a Sharpie in stainless steel. I mean, I just find it writes very smooth. You know, it's a Sharpie. These things always write smooth, but it's just fantastic because they took, you know, a Sharpie and they made it with a stainless steel body and a replaceable cartridge. So I just love it. But you know what, y'all? Out of all the pens, the ones I like the most, in this order, for everyday writing, the ones I like the most, in this order, is the Varsity with that, you know, the disposable fountain pen. I just love how that writes. The G2 with the extra fine, because it writes very well, but it still conserves ink, but it's very smooth. Then I would have to go with the fish refill in this pen here, and the CRKT, the Tau Tactical Self-Defense Pen. I mean, is it really a self-defense pen? Am I ever going to use it in that role? No. But is it cool because it was advertised as that? Yes, and I had to get it because of that. I mean, the Sharpie ranks up there as well because it just writes so damn smooth. Because, well, it's a Sharpie. And then, the G2 Pro ranks in under that. Followed by, can't believe I'm doing this, but the M301, F301. I always call this the M301 because it's a mini pen, but it's actually the F301. And then the Jotter. Zebra actually goes right in between those two. And then the Cross Refill pen. Now, actually, you know what? That's the order I like these in. Let me see if I can zoom out a little more to show you. As far as I can do. Okay, hang on. There we go. This is the order I like them in the most, actually, because as nice as a lot of the cross pens are, it just doesn't write very smoothly. This pen writes pretty well, but it's still a disposable pen, so I'm not biased towards these, but I don't care for disposable ones because no one will hand them back to you because, oh, it's a cheap shitty pen. You hand someone this, if they try to walk off, be like, hey, excuse me, that's my pen. You know, these are pretty cool. I do enjoy this though. That's probably one of my all-time favorites for carrying just because it writes so well. But that's the order I like them in, guys. That's about it for this one. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And Kelly, this one's for you, girl. Alright guys, have a good one.